What's up, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Pit Therapy Podcast with me, Trevor, and Kyle. And special guests, we have Spent with us. Got Ryan, Zane, Preston. We expected one, we got three. What's up, fellas?
How we doing?
What's up?
Well, guys, I am very excited for this. So, Ryan, I saw you guys before going to this, but you and I connected at Furnace Fest last year. And we were able to spend some time together and hang out a little bit. And since that time, you guys have dropped the Reality Strikes single. You got new music on in the way. So I've been super pumped to talk to you guys. So I appreciate you guys jumping on.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we've been MIA to the local scene, but we've been working on some shit we're excited to get out.
Well, we're excited too. If you guys haven't been looking, go check out their Instagram and stuff. They've got some fun guest vocalists coming up. We'll say you guys have had some wild stuff happening. So I mean, we can get right into this, right? So latest single is Cabal. You guys had Snuff Tape as the guest vocalist, but then in the studio we got comedian Ian Fidance. Is that how you pronounce his last name?
Yeah.
Ian Fidance.
Ian Fidance. Here we go. Talk to us. How did this come together? How did you guys get Ian to jump on with you guys?
It all started with Jake from Absolved. He's big into comedy and had been following Ian's career and knew that he was into hardcore music. And he's like, hey, I'm thinking about sending like a care package to this comedian who listens to hardcore. And he's like, do you want to send some Spent merch? So I think Snake Eyes, Absolved, and Spent each sent like a shirt or a hoodie, whatever. And ever since, Ian occasionally has like name dropped one of our bands, has put his our songs in one of his stories. And I mean, when we first initially met him, he had 70,000 followers. Now he's over 200,000. So he's grown significantly since. He's been on Joe Rogan and a bunch of other massive podcasts lately. And
Kill Tony.
Yeah, he was on Kill Tony, just on Bad Friends. Just his career is blowing up right now. And so I was very surprised that he took the time to come into the studio and spend like 4 or 5 hours with us. We happened to have studio time scheduled around the time he was touring through Salt Lake. And we coordinated it with him. He's like, yeah, Saturday from these hours, that'd be the best. And we hit up Nick Karchner at Grotto Audio, who was recording our record. He had someone scheduled there, and we talked them into getting out of there so we could make it work. And all the pieces of the puzzle fell together. And so he rolled out. Before Ian came out, I sent him what we had of the song, sent him the lyrics so he could have a feel for it, gave him the background story. And I had him write his own lyrics for his part. And I made like 2 little tiny not corrections, but like things just to make it a little more in line with what I was saying in the song. And yeah, but for the most part, it's his words, and it turned out awesome. And it's crazy. Like I forgot how much of it was improvised, but he actually had a camera guy there, and he has a little YouTube series on where he just does like fun things. And so there's a 15-minute episode where it's just us in the studio. And there's so much of it that I forgot was improvised in the song. And I was just like, it's crazy how different it came out than what we had planned on. And like the whole climax to the breakdown of him going, yeah, like that was a joke. We're like, that's actually sick. Let's keep it.
Yeah.
And man, it was just 4 hours of just like straight laughter, but also just like us being stoked because it was just like going so well. We had Jake from Absolved there. He was doing his guest spot, and our song Gatekeeper is coming out on our record. And Dan Fletcher was there, just Salt Lake, just guru.
Historian.
Yeah, historian of Salt Lake hardcore. And we just had a great time. But it was as simple as just asking him, and he's like, he's down. Like, I'm down.
Has he ever done vocals before? Or is this like, was that new to him too?
he did a spot on this. Gosh, what are they called? It's sick. If I'm not talking, I'll be able to think about it. But he did another small spot on this European band song. It's
Oh,
pretty sweet.
sick.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude smokes enough cigarettes that I'm sure that it's like primo vocals for what we talk about. So, are you guys like big comedian fans outside of just like now meeting Ian and stuff like that, or was this kind of new to you guys?
I'm big into comedy. Well, my wife is even bigger into comedy, so she brings me to a lot of shows. She's like, "Oh, there's a comedian I follow. Let's go see him." And so we go to comedy shows at least once a month, like just down to Wise Guys or whatever.
Oh, sick.
I like comedy as a genre, but yeah, I like to go see it live. I think seeing it live is way more fun than watching it on
Yeah.
TV. But yeah,
I mean, Preston, you're like around the corner from Wise Guys right there.
Oh, I wish I was going more, but unfortunately, I have gone for a couple of open mic nights, and I
Yeah.
love that. Even if it's like bad, it's good. You know what I mean?
Bombing is funny.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't dived super hard into comedy other than like word of mouth, friends saying, "Hey, you should check out the special," or the occasional reel will come up with so and so, and I'll check that out.
We
But I always enjoy myself every time I go.
absolutely. When we were in high school, there was like a local theater. So we're up in like north of Salt Lake, right? And there was just a little theater where they would do improv comedy show like every Friday night that we would just go and we would laugh our heads off
Yeah.
all night long for like a good 3-4 hours. It was the dumbest, cheesiest stuff. I mean, we grew up in northern Utah. You guys can imagine the type of comedy that was happening, right? But it was
Yeah.
There was
it was
a couple times we
awesome.
got in trouble for yelling stuff out, like for suggestions, and like people came up, they're like, "You can't say that here." I was like, "Come on, thought this was comedy," you know?
It's like the
Oh,
fine
man.
line between what's okay and what's not, and straddling it is right when that's the golden zone, you know?
Yep.
And
They,
you know, the best
there's a really
comedy is
cool
way too far in Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's a really cool like overlap though with hardcore and comedy now because you have like what's that dude? It's like that big black dude that wears he's always wearing like hardcore shirts.
Chappelle Lacey.
Chappelle Lacey,
Yeah, Chappelle
yeah.
Lacey.
Yeah, I've seen it.
There's you got Maddie from Pigpen, and he was on like the Bear and stuff. But I know he does stand up. Like, there's some really cool like crossover in comedy and hardcore right now. So that's
Chappelle Lacey just started a new band that's pretty sick.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
oh really?
I just heard it for the first time the other day, so I don't remember the name, but yeah, it was cool.
I mean, like
I mean, you can go
in
to his
general,
Instagram.
and maybe this isn't true, but like I just feel like hardcore's living a little bit of a heyday, right? You've got comedy kind of propping up. You have like Khalil Roundtree and the MMA scene who's propping it up. Like there's a lot of people outside who are like in the public eye starting to show some light within hardcore. And
Didn't
Yeah,
it's definitely interesting.
didn't
yeah.
Lamar
Look at
Jackson post
Coachella's.
something about End It?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's coming out.
Yeah,
Look
Lamar
at
Shout out.
Jackson.
Coachella. You got Drain playing Coachella. I know they're not hardcore, but it derived from it. Glitterer is playing, which is cool.
Certainly hardcore.
Yeah.
Who? Oh yeah, Drain for sure.
He was talking.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, Glitter, Drain, Turnstile. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. That's like such a pop culture event, and you got these. I mean, I know there's a lot to be said about Turnstile, but still, it's crazy how much in the light hardcore's been.
No, it's absolutely incredible. So, well, let's talk about Spent. How did you guys get started? What, 2021 roughly? 22?
Like 2022, probably 20 or late 2021.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What year is it? 2025. God, has it been 4 years? I think it's been.
Yeah.
I think it's 21. It was like the end of 21.
Okay.
But yeah, I am not much of a musician, but I've had this burning drive my entire life to start a band, and I've started so many, hey, let's get together and jam, let's try and start something. And like that's how I met Zane, is we started something for like a day or two and it just crashed
immediately.
And I've been through dozens of those. I was in a band called Soraya with Brighton from Nadezhda for a little bit. We played a bunch of shows, never recorded. I've just had this huge drive and like passion to start a band, and went to Lake Powell with some friends, and my wife's high school friend brought her boyfriend, which is Tyler, our guitar player, and the first time I met him, we were just at Lake Powell for a whole week, and I was like, dude, you play the guitar? And turns out he's like one of the best guitarists I've ever met in my life.
Sick.
And he's just a cool dude. And so we just hit up. Zane actually messaged me like, yeah, if you still need a drummer, I'm down. I'm like, I do. And so it just like
Funny you should say that.
so perfectly worked out. And then we had this other guy, John. John, he was a great dude. Love the guy, but he's real busy. Had 4 kids, a little older than us. It was like a great filler position to get us where we are now, to where it just like kind of it got us started. He was able to do the band thing for a bit. He got too busy, had to step away, and and everything just kind of puzzled together. I don't know. You want to talk about
Kyle? Sure. I switched over to bass, which is my like native instrument, if you want to call it that. But I can drum. I'm not anywhere near good of a drummer as I am a bass player, so I was happy to do so. We ended up, I think it was Ryan, got in contact with Kyle from Mind's Eye out of Denver, and Kyle was already like going to move out to Salt Lake, and it was like this perfect storm, just like we kind of said. And when we switched, actually, we met Preston first before Kyle.
Yeah, back up a little bit.
Yeah, he played bass.
He was going to play bass. He was going to be on drums.
It was a whole nightmare.
And then I had been harassing Mind's Eye for like a year. Like, come to Salt Lake. And then finally I get a message on Instagram. Hey, I moved to Salt Lake. I'm in Mind's Eye. We came to Mind's Eye and Spent to play together. I'm like, how about you fucking just come play for Spent? And so Kyle.
So, like, just a PSA to anybody out there, like starting bands and trying to like get members. Sometimes the message is all it takes.
Yeah.
Just send the message.
Try. And that's how it was with Ian Fidance. That's how it was with Hate 56. We got Hate 56 out twice. All we did was just ask. It was, yeah. But anyways, yeah. So Kyle, he was like a shoo-in. We weren't even looking to have 2 guitars, but it's like, we have to have Kyle. He's in Mind's Eye, and he's just so talented, and he was just like the perfect fit into the band. And so he was able to go back to bass. I got him on guitar. So we now have 2 guitars. And it's just really enhanced our sound, and I just think it sounds so much more full and better.
I want it on the record, too, that I fought super hard for Preston. So Preston went to Pride. This is the year that we played Pride, which was a total, like, out of left field thing. And he did this, like, 2-step, like, front flip off the stage or something. And then
wasn't that crazy?
It was awesome. It was
it's
cool.
Like we saw that and like, oh, that's a hardcore kid. But I didn't know who he was at the time. It's just like such a hardcore move that you'd see on some video from some festival.
We kind of did like auditions for bass at the time, and Preston was one of the people that put something in, and I was like, that's the guy from the thing at Pride. Like, he got it. He knows what's up. And it ended up being like the perfect match.
Yeah.
He's a proficient guitar player too. That's his home instrument. It made total sense to have 2 at that stage.
Yeah. And everyone in, like, we just have such a good dynamic right now, where you got Preston, who just loves just metal and heavy shit. He's the, let's get a heavy breakdown here. Just like wants the heavy shit.
The mosh part.
Yeah, wants the moshing. And you got Kyle, who likes like the groovy hardcore, more like early Turnstile.
Or like Absence of Mind type of stuff.
Yeah. And then you got Zane, who is just...
I liked Red Hot Chili Peppers a lot in high school, and that's pretty much how I got where I'm at, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Listen, Flea is a sick bassist, so you're good, man.
Yeah.
And I love old school hardcore with lots of gang vocals and sing-alongs. And then Tyler he is just a guitar machine and can pump out anything you ask him to. And he's just like brings so much life into anything that he does or says. And so it's just a really good dynamic. And it's like when Kyle moved back to Denver, like we didn't even look for another drummer. We're just like, we'll just play once or twice a year. Like we want to keep Kyle as our primary drummer.
So I was just going to ask that, right? Because he relocated back in March?
It was just like a few months ago, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it was back in March.
Yeah,
That long ago?
It was
Yeah,
a minute ago, dude.
Because it was that show that you guys played, right? It was that
Yeah,
last show up at Black Lung.
Yeah.
And I think it was the end of March when he finally, because I think he took all of March off to kind of recoup and start getting going.
Yeah.
And was out of here by the end.
I gotcha. And he's back with Mind's Eye now, correct?
Yes.
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, all right,
Don't want to
Zane.
speak for him,
Like,
but
what do you
yeah.
got to say about that, huh?
No, nothing. It's just
Just say it. He's Spence drummer. Screw you guys. He's Spence drummer.
exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, that's super sick. So, okay, you just talked about your guys' influences growing up, but they're all over the place. So, Preston, when they say you're into metal, are we talking like, are you slam? Are you like torture level, like beat down, hardcore? What are we talking?
Beat down guy a little bit.
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a beat down guy. I do like some of that stuff, but like, I mean, I grew up on like thrash and new metal. Metallica is probably like one of my top 5 favorite bands of all time. So a lot of thrash kind of bleeds in, but I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. I like thrash.
Are you into like the current wave of thrash? Because that's something Kyle living down in Texas has been like, we've listened to a ton of like thrash influenced hardcore lately.
So sick.
I need to. I've been really bad about it lately. I've been kind of going through a classic like death metal revelation right now, listening to like a lot of death and Bolt Thrower, and I went and saw Obituary with Terror.
Sick.
That show was sick. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, it was insane. Super cool show. Like I've been into Terror for a long time, and seeing them with a band that I just recently kind of started getting into was really like a full circle moment.
Man, I'm super into these packages right now that like it's an old school death metal band. Obituary. I went to the Dying Fetus show that brought the Acacia Strain. Like these packages that are bringing these old death metal bands with just the heavy stuff up front. It's just so fun. And then
That's
a band
awesome.
like Terror, who's just like classic hardcore. Like
Yeah,
you couldn't
and
ask for more.
time again, like we'll play with anybody, and that just kind of further cements it.
Yeah.
It just works.
Yeah, for sure. No, I super agree, and it's a shame that they're doing most of those shows at what's the Depot. Like,
Yeah.
I wish that shows were being played at other places, but I mean, we'll take what we can get, kind of thing. So, and then Ryan, old school hardcore with gang vocals. So we talked a little bit about this when we were out at Furnace Fest, but like, what are we doing? Because Spent, is it every Spent song you guys do gang vocals at this point? Like, it's a good majority.
We have one song coming out. Well, I guess our intro
Has
with no vocals.
True.
And then we have a song about my son called Sunny that doesn't have gang vocals. I bet every other song has gang vocals.
I think every other song we've ever written has
Yeah.
vocals in it.
At least
Yeah.
And anyone who has a problem with it can fuck off.
Me.
Say it loud, man.
Yeah, in the world of beatdown, I'm excited for more gang vocal stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, more pylons, please.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. But talk about it. Like, so what were you listening to? What were you growing up on? And what was the band that made you say, I am going to pester every guitar player, bass player, and drummer until they agree to be in a band where I can do gang vocals?
Man, I was listening to, you ever listen to Lifelong Tragedy?
Man, that's a name I haven't
Kind of-
listened to in a long
Kind of
time.
a deep cut, but they have a record that is just top to bottom gang vocals, but it is so good. It is so beautiful. It's just unique. that was one of the most influential listens I was going through while doing Spent. Another band is With Honor. They played Furnace Fest. They're another band. It's like gang vocals like crazy. I love Comeback Kid when Scott was a vocalist. I mean, I love all Comeback Kid, but like Wake the Dead and Turn It Around, like again, that's just every other line's gang vocals, and it's just fun. It's interesting. Seeing it live is the best. Just climbing on people, getting to the mic, like that's my type of jam. I stage dive and climb on people to get to the mic before you see me like trying to swing fists and hit people in the pit.
No, good
Love
stuff.
that.
Yeah, so I mean, I've got a pretty wide range of hardcore though. Like he mentioned Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing's one of my favorite bands. On my iTunes that tracks all my play counts from when I was a teenager, Swamp Thing is number 1 on my list on my iTunes. I love Swamp Thing. And bands like that, like I like Brace War. I love Ceremony. I grew up on Trash Talk. I mean, AFI has been one of, this is not like a hard one, but I grew up on AFI, went through many of their stages from their skater punk up to Sing the Sorrow, and then kind of lost track for a bit. But yeah, so I like a really wide range of hardcore, but
You ready to grow out the stash and perm your hair like Davey?
Right?
I don't know about that.
Do it.
I just want something that makes me want to stage dive. Gorilla Biscuits
Sick.
is a big one.
Super sick. And then Zane, what about you? Other than Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Yeah.
why are you playing in hardcore if Red Hot Chili Peppers is what you normally listen to?
That's how I got into bass, right? But I got into hardcore when I was like a junior in high school. I had a bunch of friends, bunch of straight edge dudes. I'm the straight edge guy of the band. And I got really into hardcore during like, the 2014, 2015, 2013 era, like
That was my area.
Backtrack,
Expired.
Forced Order,
Trapped Under Ice.
TUI, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if I like a little bit of groove to it, that plays into the bass side of things. That's part of the drive and like why I wanted to be in a hardcore group and like enjoy the, like, I always think of the Secrets of the World by Trapped Under Ice. That's just like, even just the first 2 songs, you take the intro into Believe in it rips, dude. You just want to like bob your head like along, That's the kind of stuff that I really get into. But I really like a lot of hardcore adjacent things as well. I'm big into like, I love Title Fight, of course, basic, or like a lot of those like spin-off bands like Angel Dust and like Brian said, Ceremony, but I like the later stuff too, the L-Shaped Man and whatnot, those are all great albums. Adventures, things like that, where it's all part of the same community, and so I don't know, I like that kind of stuff a lot. That's a confusing way to explain everything.
I understand it.
Listen.
They originated as hardcore, but they had these shoot-off bands in different genres. I'm the same. I love shoot-off bands.
Bad Seed.
Bands with members who were previously in hardcore.
Sure,
doing
sure.
something sonically and totally different. That's still kind of in that same vein.
I mean, you're talking to 2 guys here who started in post-hardcore hardcore with bands like AFI, Boys Sets Fire, Thrice, all that kind of stuff. And then we totally caught the Rise record phase. We were totally into all that stupid bubblegum crap and that just permeated throughout. And then you kind of grow up, realize the shit that you listen to, and correct your ways. So we get it.
Before I got
down
into
to some,
hardcore, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say it's funny getting older and like looking back. I mean, we just got to talk to the guitarist from Boy Sets Fire, and like I was telling Trevor, like it was emotional because that's a band that I listened to. Like I remember sitting down 10 years old listening to After the Eulogy, right? And so like you go through this phase of like, all right, I'm like 18 now, like I'm too good for Boy Sets Fire. I'm gonna go listen to Job for a Cowboy
Hell
you
yeah.
know? And it's like this weird progress like through your life, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, you're in your mid-30s and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna put some of that old stuff back on. Like, you're like less ashamed of it now because you just don't care. And,
Oh, sure.
except for
Yeah.
Attack, I still will not listen to Attack.
I have an Attack tattoo.
He does.
What is it?
Is it stickly like a grenade sitting on his face?
It's like the A from the like attack, and then the word attack with the exclamation point squared. So like attack squared, attack. Yeah, very terrible,
So clever.
but it's kind of awesome, and it's more of like a big joke than anything. Like Attack is a goofy band, but it's like a staple in every
It is.
person that got into like hardcore at that time. So everybody loves AC-130. Like, you can't deny it.
Listen, Someday Came Suddenly, top 5 record of all time. Just saying it now.
Wow.
Like y'all can
That's
fight
rough.
me on it.
That's rough, dude.
White kids rapping at the beginning into some techno breakdowns. Like, yeah, man. Like, you can't get better than that. Come on.
Yo, it's hard. Everyone likes
know,
Cold Worlds. Like, same
Michelle
thing.
Obama danced to a TikTok song, so I guess they're legit.
Oh man.
Speaking of
So-
old stuff, I've been begging Spent to cover Phoenix Ignition by Thrice since we started. Hasn't happened yet.
That'd be sick.
Vetoed.
man.
What? Okay, come on, man. You gotta give us some.
Live.
What was that?
I said that would go so hard live if anyone knows it.
If anyone knows it.
Listen,
If
you just
people
gotta
don't
get
know it, you just
kids
drop your
to
stuff
rap.
and start hitting kids in the, you
True,
know, like,
true.
this is your fault for not knowing Thrice. Dude, I'm not even kidding. We saw him one year. This is way back. It's probably like 2006 or something. And they played To Awake and Avenge the Dead. And like, it was a bloodbath. Like, a Thrice pit was just an absolute bloodbath when they played that song. So, yeah, it goes hard. I would go hard if you guys played freaking anything from that. So,
So, talk to us about then as you got started, the first album, EP, 6 songs. What do you guys call it?
EP.
EP. All right. To Be Written. So, Tyler's on guitar, just pumping out riffs. Like, how'd this one come together?
Super fast, right? I mean, I can't speak because
We wrote and stilled the day that I went to like audition, quote unquote, to play drums.
It was an audition. It was like, hey, let's get together and try and start a band. And we wrote and stilled in 30 minutes. And
Sick.
it's our most streamed song. And it's just like, we didn't even know each other that well. And we just got together and we just wrote it. And it was like, this is sick. So we kept going. No other song has ever come that easy.
True.
But like just the very first time we met and practiced, like we just threw that together and it just worked. And
Man, I love galloping riffs. So like that one, it definitely hits. It's just solid. It goes straight through. You got the fast hardcore in the middle there. Like it's absolutely solid. So when you're putting this together, are the lyrics just popping out that fast too? When you say 30 minutes, like was it all coming together?
I mean, I haven't been in many bands, so I can't really speak to the norm. But from the discussions I've had with others, it sounds like our band is abnormal in how we write. From what I've heard, a lot of bands, they have like 1 or 2 members who like show up to practice with songs already written or like riffs that are written. And I don't think anyone has ever shown up to a Spent practice like, hey, I've got this riff. It's just like we get together, we start hanging out, and
She's had a couple of riffs.
There's been a couple instances, but not. I mean, the fewer and far between.
yeah, well, for the most part, it's like we just get together and we just start, I call it dinking around. We just start making noise, and then eventually like, whoa, that was sick.
That was cool.
And
yeah.
then we're like, let's go back to that.
It's really funny because it can go one of 2 ways: either be super productive, or we become a cover band.
Yeah.
Very true. Like we play "Raining Blood" by Slayer like at least once.
Yeah.
And while Preston's playing Metallica and Kyle's half asleep behind the kit, you know. So
Yeah. But anyways, our writing style is like we show up, hang out, play around. When we hear something that's cool, we're like, hey, let's let's stick to that. Let's build off that. And we all work together and just make it this big cohesive thing. And the way I do my lyrics is we have a song that's mostly done instrumentally, and we just record it on our phone through a special app, and then I will write the lyrics. And the way I do it is I kind of yell gibberish in my car to the song to what I think would sound cool, like how the words would fit in, and then I take the theme of the idea and start filling in those syllables, if that makes sense. And so, like, I think, man, it'd be kind of sick to have like da 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 da, and just like how it
Yeah.
fits into that spot. I'm like, okay, I got to figure out how to fit words into those syllables specifically to make it sound this certain way. And so, yeah, I always write lyrics after the fact, after like the song is mostly written. And sometimes I'll be like, hey, let's double this section. Can we cut this in half? Because I think it would flow better given how I'm going to put the lyrics here. And it's pretty on me at that point to just like finalize it. But usually we're all sitting in our jam space and we just collectively work together on what we think sounds good and what we're stoked on.
So, I mean, hardcore in general is not very like melody driven, right? So, like when you're thinking of it, you're thinking of it in terms of like a rhythmic pattern
Yeah, like a
more than
cadence.
anything.
Yeah.
Sick.
Is I'm thinking of like, I mean, again, back to the game vocal thing is like, I think hardcore is about energy. Hardcore
Yeah.
is not always easy listening. That's why the general ear doesn't want to listen to it. It's like when you just listen to it on your headphones or just like in a speaker, it's just like it can sound like a lot of noise unless you're really into it, then you can really appreciate it. But to just like some random stranger off the street and they hear Trapped Under Ice, they're gonna be like, what the hell is this? And just be turned off to it. But you go see Trapped Under Ice live, which I thank God got to see them at Furnace Fest. That was an insane amount of energy in one tiny space. And that's how hardcore is. Hardcore brings energy. It just drives you to just want to do something, whether that's go in the pit, do a stage dive, go sing in the mic. Like you just get all antsy. Like that's how I get at least. And it just brings out this energy that you can't find anywhere else. And that's why I think bands that leave hardcore bands or have these side bands, they start these just different genres of music that have these hardcore influences that are just so much more interesting to me than a band that plays similar music that doesn't have a hardcore influence, because they understand the energy of live music and they bring that to their little side band. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Honestly.
How we wrote To Be Written, dude.
Oh yeah. So it's just like when I'm writing the lyrics, I'm thinking, how can I get my neck broken by a pile of people climbing on me? Like, how can I just stir up this energy that I want to see when I go see Comeback Kid? Like, how can I get this line? So like Death Grip is always our closer.
Yep.
And like, that's the most effort I've ever put into a song ever in the studio. That was the first song I ever recorded in a studio. And that's the only song we did that day. And I just like blew my lungs out, just my vocal cords out, just put every ounce of energy I had into that. And I'm glad I did, because that song packs a lot of passion and a lot of big feelings. And it has this build up that stirs up the most amount of energy out of any song we play. And so it's like the song to close with. That's what people get excited about. The build up, everyone gets all pissed off or like connected to it in some way. And then it ends on a breakdown, and it works. And that whole thing is just built around how can we build up this energy that I love when I go see one of my favorite bands.
Sick. Gotcha. So I caught you guys with No Bragging Rights. That was the first time I saw you guys.
That was a crazy one. At Liquid Joe's, dude.
Yeah.
Liquid Joe's.
First show
Right?
with us.
So that was like, we had just started the podcast at this point. And for me, so we graduated 2009, 2010, 11. I was still going to shows on occasion or whatever. But then I met my wife, I got married, and I stopped going to shows for a long time. but we kept like talking about music and we were texting back and forth. And finally, like, why don't we just like jump on and talk shit together? And that's how this came together. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna start going to shows again. I'm like, I love No Bragging Rights. I'm going to see No Bragging Rights. No idea who you guys were, who Snuff Tape was, who it was it In Your Grave, I think was the other band who played that show. It was like I just remember the first because you guys played first, right? Or did Snuff Tape play
second or third? Yeah,
I think you're second. Yeah.
Second probably.
Yeah, okay. I just remember the pit opening up and all of a sudden the flood of emotion just came back of seeing people swinging and dancing, and you came into like the main floor area, if I remember. Didn't you jump off the stage and you were all that stuff? And it just immediately like seeing you guys play that early on into me coming back actually was a big moment for me of being like, I just remember why I love this so much. It definitely what you're trying to do, it definitely is being accomplished.
Hell yeah, thank you.
So
making me emotional, dude.
Am I? All right.
I mean,
well,
I'm not gonna cry, but no, that's cool to hear.
No, it's good stuff, man. It's really fun. So you guys take a little bit of a break because that was 2022. You come back with the single The Search, has Reality Strikes and The Search on it. Guys, this is my favorite stuff that you guys put out.
100%. Like so when we wrote the To Be Written EP, we were in like a fundamental stage of like the birth, right? The riffs are simple, the lines are simple, like everything kind of goes in a direction. But when we get Kyle and Preston in the band, we have so much, because we're all come from different branches of music, but still kind of in the same web, where we were able to write such different stuff compared to what we had before. And the creative and like a lot of the really cool stuff is Preston. I'm gonna be like fully transparent. Like this dude he's the riff meister, dude. Like Tyler comes from metalcore, and so Tyler writes very intricate and very crazy stuff, right? And we're kind of like, yo, Tyler, like
chill.
Take like half those notes out, and that's perfect. Yeah, like and but Preston understands like you have the thrash side of things, right? And like it works so well. He'll have like this one thing that's just it's like a squeal, and it just adds so much cool fucking factor to the stuff. You know what I mean? I love it.
Yeah. Also, big shout out to Kyle, who's not here, our drummer.
Absolutely. And everything we've done since.
Yeah, just brings such a always is making us think outside of the box, and just brings such a groove feel. I mean, if you've heard Mind's Eye, you know what I'm talking about. Like like for example, in Reality Strikes, there's the breakdown where it's like, I am free. Yeah. And he's like, what if we added a whoo?
Yeah.
And it's like,
true.
We're like, sure, let's try it. And we're like, man, that actually sounds kind of sick. Let's leave it.
I'm pretty sure that whole bridge section right before the mosh part is Kyle's brain as well.
You wrote the riff.
Kind of like the openness, the open part. Like that open part's sick. That leads into the breakdown at the end.
That's all Kyle.
Yeah, and
it's so good. Yeah,
he's on drums, but like you go hear our intro, like Kyle wrote that shit. I mean, with some modifications along the way from Kyle. But like he hopped off the drums, got on the guitar, and he's like, "What if we did something like this?" I'm like, that's fucking sick. It's like I wish we could have 3 guitarists. Like he's just so creative and talented. And I mean, he writes all of, like, I don't know the entire dynamics, but from my understanding, he does a big portion of the writing of Mind's Eye. And so we're just so lucky to have him because, man, he knows how to write it and he knows how to make it sound interesting.
He's kind of like a savant, kind of. Like for writing music, it's insane. Like what if we did this and we have this thing, and he like, well, let's put some notes around it. It's like a completely different thing that's 3 times as cool.
He's very detail oriented. He knows how to make the little things that make the song pop.
Yeah. And the funniest thing is when you're around Kyle, you're going to see just the most vulgar, like dick pics, dumbest memes you've ever seen, just complete like brain rot stuff. And you're like, man, this guy, what's this guy's deal? And then you see him talk about music and you're like, this guy is a genius. And you just like, he just kind of gives off this like burnout vibe when you just talk to him. But
Sure.
then you start talking music and you're like, how is your brain outputting something so cool and beautiful? Like he's just so smart and just well versed in music. It's really cool.
That's awesome. So when you guys were putting these two songs together, was the intent to make them flow together like they do? Like, did you write them simultaneously for that, or did it just happen to work out?
If I'm not mistaken, we just kind of landed on those.
It worked out together. So we had a drummer in between me and Kyle for a little while. Shout out Talon. But we worked together for very long. We actually wrote the first part of the search with Talon.
Oh,
That
okay.
was like, we wrote what, Cut Out
Yeah, Cutout and Gatekeeper.
and Gatekeeper were like all three Talon songs. So we had the search kind of in the back pocket. For when we then were able to get with Kyle and Preston, we wrote Reality Strikes, and it just made sense with the ring out on that specific note to lead straight into the bass part of.
We thought it was also really cool to kind of go from a song that starts off really fast, progressively slows down, and go into something very slow, chuggy like The Search.
Yeah. No, it's great. Like those two coming in together, like it worked out awesome. It's 4 minutes and 23 seconds, but like it's the perfect amount for two songs. It's awesome. Yeah. No,
Thank you.
it was great. And then we're up to the latest release. So when does the album drop?
October 3rd. So what is
Man.
that? 2 weeks from Friday?
2 weeks from Friday.
Yeah.
This will be coming out on the 22nd. So yeah, 2 weeks away from when this drops. So
Yeah.
how has the writing process on this one been? Like, just talk to us about this one. What's the album called?
All That I Buried.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know. Someone else want to chime in on that?
I mean, it feels kind of like we all have like kind of a song that's like our song a little bit in there, which is also super cool. But we spent a lot of time really, really running it down and getting it exactly how we want it to sound, right? And I'm not saying we didn't do that for like the Reality Strikes, the Search like single, but me personally, right, and I'm sure Ryan and John and Tyler can attest that when we wrote the to be written stuff, it wasn't like
So rushed.
pinnacle. We went through it really quickly, and we spent a lot of time sitting in Tyler's basement, like hounding these songs to be exactly how we want them to be. So
Yeah.
it was a lot at times, but
Yeah.
we really, I like how everything turned out. Nick, shout out Grotto Audio, Jesus, he mixed it down incredibly well. He did our EP as well, but you can even tell a quality difference between the two. It's night and day.
Yeah. I'm sure it's helped that we've progressed as a band, but I could see the progression of Nick's skill set as well. Like
He just keeps getting better.
yeah, like I couldn't be happier with the mix of our new record. I listened to it in my car and I think, shit, this sounds better than like, I don't know, Mind Force's record. Like not the music,
That's
but like the
insane.
quality, like how it's mixed, the way the kick drum hits, the way you can actually hear the bass guitar when you're supposed to hear it, the way like you can hear the cymbals properly. Like I'm a sound snob, and I am the type of guy where the first thing I do when I buy and get a new car, I completely switch out the sound system, and so I can just tune it into exactly how I want it. And God, I just love how this new record is mixed. And again, it's thanks to Nick. Like Nick really has stepped up his game, and he's really put out something really cool, and just it worked out nice that it just happens to be our record where like the timing of our record is when it's just top notch. Like I'm just so happy with everything about it. Like I'm just so stoked on it, and I'm excited to get it released.
It's awesome. Yeah, Preston. Comments?
Yeah. How was it for you, man?
I think that we obviously worked really hard on these songs, but it also came, I don't want to say easy, but it came very natural. Like the songs really didn't change much from when we were in the Tyler's basement writing them to what you're going to hear out the studio. And I think that a lot of influence kind of comes from, because Tyler filled in for Mind's Eye for a little bit before we started really writing for this record, and I think that he kind of got a feel for Mind's Eye style doing that, and a lot of that bled into how we wrote this record. And I think that's going to be very apparent too.
Yeah. I mean, one of the songs I sent you, Slow Blade, Mind's Eye is the vocalist on that. And that is the most Mind's Eye style song we have on the record. And
that's probably my favorite song.
Yeah, it's the most fun. Like when I show my friends who don't listen to hardcore, I'm like, that's the song I send them. Like, or we'll show them because it's just more interesting to, again, the average ear, someone who doesn't listen to hardcore. It's just fun. It's more groovy. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that makes it really easy too is, like we touched on it a little bit earlier with like the dynamic of the way we write. Ryan says it all the time. Like, what do you say? Like, let truth
let reality. So this is something I learned in being married. It is better to let reality crush your dreams than your partner to.
Yeah.
And so I suggest that to the band, and it's been incredible. Anyways, you finish.
It's mostly me. I'm the bad one that shoots everything down. I'm the stick in the mud. But the way we write is so like everyone gets to have an input, and like Ryan doesn't play the instruments, but we still take what Ryan says and we'll try it, right? If it works for us, it works for us, and we all like get to be a part of it. I don't know, like you kind of touched on it that a lot of bands have like one or two dudes that write the song. Like all five of us wrote every song on the album.
Yeah,
and it's super cool.
Sorry, to further explain the let reality crush your dream. The rule is you never shit on someone's idea until you've tried it. And so if someone like, what if we tried this? And if someone starts to shit on it, like, whoa, let reality crush his dream if it doesn't work out. And usually...
Listen, man. Preston, Zane, just be like, no, screw you, man. You're the vocalist. What do you know? Like,
and so, like, I always, like, I'm probably the number one person who's had the most ideas where I'm just like, let's try this, let's try that. And I'm like, yeah, that sucks. Yeah. And it's better to hear that it sucks than to hear one of your good buddies say, no, that's a stupid idea. Yeah.
Fair.
It just doesn't hurt my feelings as much.
If you love each other enough, just say, dude, that's stupid. Like when Kyle starts talking about buttholes and stuff on here, I'm like, Kyle, shut up, man. Like you're being stupid.
Yeah, reality says that it works. So, you know.
So, okay. Well, listen, super grateful you did this, but you sent us two songs. We got Slow Blade and we got Sanctuary. Ooh. I kind of think we should play Slow Blade.
I feel
you
like
said that it's your favorite one? Yeah?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know how this really works. I think you guys are going to hear it through the speakers. If not, I'm hearing it through the speakers. So we'll talk about this in what was that?
We've heard it plenty of times. So
yeah, I mean, when we edit it, we'll put the song in, right?
No, we're playing it right now. I've got it queued
I know, but we could like actually put the song in so it sounds good, right? Because people are going to listen to it and be like, what the hell are they doing?
I'm fairly certain this is going to work. So here we go. Pit Therapy exclusive first time, Slow Blade, Spent. You guys can hear it?
Yeah.
my kindness for weakness. I'm doing him a stepping stone. I wanna give it a back, the one who's calling you out. So fixing and your knife to the throat. I want to care. I want to care. I want to care. I want to care.
You can definitely feel the mind's eye influence in that one.
Listen, that like kick pattern underneath his guest spot, it goes so hard. It's so heavy.
His voice is so good. It's just so sick. It's so like raw and just it just sounds mean but like pleasant to listen. Like I like it so much.
Isn't that just a weird thing to say? Like, like you enjoy heavy vocalists like more than others. Like,
oh yeah, there's some where I just like the band is sick, but I can't stand them because the vocalist just doesn't do it for me.
yeah, 100%, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Last question I have for you. You talk about the gang vocals. You guys have guest spots all throughout this. So who is guest spotting for you guys on the album?
Might have to pull it up.
No,
We got
So-
Jake from Absolved, Ian Fidance.
Yep.
We have Bryce from Mind's Eye, and Alec from Snuff Tape.
and
We kind of all have little sprinkles
Yeah.
of vocal parts.
yeah, and then there's a song about my son called Sunny, and my wife
Oh, that's right.
has some backup vocals in that song.
Sick.
So
That's cool.
so it'll say Sunny featuring Jess.
Oh, that's fun. That's cool, man. That's a awesome little insert there. So, guys, super pumped for it. Looking forward to it. Obviously, with Kyle now residing in Colorado, do you guys have any shows coming up, or what's next for Spent other than the album release?
We've got our record release show 2 weeks after. It's 2 weeks in one day, so it's a Saturday, October 18th. Mind's Eye's coming down to play that one. After years of harassment, we're finally playing with them. So yeah, that's what we have set right now. Again, with Kyle being in Denver, we're just going to be really selective on the shows we play. We just played with Jive Bomb at Kilby.
Yeah.
That was just sounded fun, and Kyle was down to make the trip. So as good opportunities come along or Kyle's in town, we'll try our best to make it work. But yeah, so we will be playing much more few and far between than we have been in the past.
Well, we got new music to look forward to hold people over. So super looking forward to it. Thank you guys for jumping on. Do you guys want to shout out socials real fast? We will always tag you, but if you guys want to shout out your socials, like throw them in real quick.
I mean, the only thing we run is Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just spent.hc.
Spent.hc. Dope.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for jumping on. Sneak preview of Slow Blade was the song on here. Guest spot from Mind's Eye. And October 3rd, catch the new album. So thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thanks for
thanks,
having
guys.
us.